All righty. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Is buenos or buenos? I always mess that up in the morning. I think it's buenos dias in the morning with an O. Buenos dias in the morning.
I
And then
think it's Buenos Dias all the time.
it's going to be buenos with an A. So anyway,
I think
we're
it's
live
Buenos all the time.
here for the morning show, the E2T morning show. And here's what's going down, people. Uh, Trump won the election. Hey, man, he won. So here's the question: how is this going to play out with some of these tariffs? That's going to be the
That's
main
the
question.
question. Yeah,
Is with these tariffs, how is this going to play out? So
that
be
remains to be
prepared.
seen.
And I'm in the tech space, so I pay attention to that because whenever in the past tariffs have come up, the tech space has usually taken the hit first because semiconductors have to be shipped to different parts of the world, and really, tariffs might be more of a dig at China, if anything else. So I'll be watching Nvidia during this election because they had to create semiconductors that they could sell to China. That's another thing. Certain semiconductors they can't even sell to China. So that's the thing. So anyway, good morning. We are here. I am Jamie Urban. Let's jump in, get started. The market has already done its thing on the open. Dow Jones is down slightly, 0.02%, as well as the Russell 2K down 0.16%. The VIX is down 4.98%. The other two indexes are up. We got all green in terms of Europe, right? They're happy about Trump winning. Also for Asia, we have only two of them are down, which is the Nikkei and the Nifty 50. Those are the only two down, with the Nifty 50 being down the most at 1.16%, and Shanghai being up the most at 2.57%. So that's happening. Let's take a look at our earnings. All right. Now, we were talking about earnings earlier this week, and I know I was probably expecting that there may be some type of volatility in the morning based on what was happening on Wednesday's close, but it was so much happening over the past couple of days. Of course, there's no way to say one thing or another is the specific reason why something happened. But this morning, Datadog was the one that reported in terms of tech, the software. But Halliburton is a big dog as well. Moderna is popular as well. So it's not like they're by themselves. After close today, though, DraftKings, Block, Rivian, Unity, Trade Desk, Affirm, and Fortinet, as well as Pinterest and Airbnb. These are all happening after close today. I know that some of us do trade some of these. I don't know where, I don't know what cliff Rivian fell off of, but my God, it was a steep cliff. I mean, and what I mean is, we were talking about them like crazy about a year and some change ago. Then all of a sudden, Rivian, their name kind of disappeared, like that younger sister on Family Matters.
Well,
Another
you know,
like
what
three of them
might have happened,
went upstairs, and then boom, never heard from her again.
what might have happened.
So that's the situation that I remember with her. So Rivian kind of had that same situation. Gone. So I don't even know, but they probably gonna have, we probably gonna hear about them a little bit more, just based solely on the fact that they are in the EV space, and Trump feels a certain type of way about EVs. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, also then for Friday tomorrow before the open, we got Sony happening. So keep in mind, Sony is happening. All right. We got some Mancini numbers. Mancini.
Hello.
Hola.
Oh, I've been talking. Can you not? You couldn't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh,
Uh,
you couldn't hear me before. Okay.
for Mancini, major targets hit overnight. SPX yesterday, 858.69 was support as posted, which set up 59.26. It was hit. Then 59.41 here now. FOMC at 2 p.m. today. Lock in gains, leave a tiny runner. That's an interesting phrase. Okay. Leave a tiny runner. Any more upside is extra. The plan today, 59.58, 59.72. If ES wants more, which should have been SPX wants more, 59.16 support. It's weak. If it dips below 58.92. Let's go ahead and start plugging in some of these numbers, okay? So we know 59.16. Let's get that started right away. What was wrong with your sound, Alyssa?
I don't know. I mean, I was talking and my mic was open. My mic sounds nice, but you couldn't hear me.
Okay.
Yep, I was mentioning the Rivian thing. It's part of their problem probably is they're in the EV space, first of all, and you got to see how that's gonna now that their earnings and had nothing to do with an election, but it's almost like Charge Point and some of those other plug, all those different Lucid. Lucid is $2. It's a $2 stock now, $3 I think it might be four, but it's still very cheap, and I think all of them are struggling in there together.
Yeah, I know I expected a lot more from that space, but I mean, I can't even blame the space anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, part of that pop, I think, was happening when Biden was when the edict came out that we would have everybody would be electric and yada yada. I think that was a push, but then when they pulled off of that, based on everything else, then um, all the EV people, except for Tesla, started to fall off.
yeah, the other thing that I'll say about that is I don't think I think people assumed that there was going to be a demand. Uh, you know what I'm saying? No matter what the initiative is,
Yeah,
it still needs
people
to be.
still gotta want it,
So it's like, yeah, they can push all they can. Tesla was doing really, really well when they had all of them credits if you got an EV.
right?
I'm saying, but I noticed they seem to fall off once some credits fell off.
Yeah, it's almost like solar panels on your house.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, well, as long as there's some initiative to give incentive to do it, then
Hmm.
it'll work. So we're up here, 59.72 is the last one that I'm going to drop in here. These are the Mancini numbers, 59.72. All right. So here's what we got for this morning. We got a gap up right here. It just took off yesterday. I mean, blew through my a whole entire. I don't even want to discuss it. But I will say that I forgot all about the election. I actually forgot the trade was in. It was close enough to. It wasn't close enough to close, but it was usually closes in the morning for what I was doing, and I kind of underestimated that. So here we got a gap up, which is a buyer's gap. This is SPX on the 15-minute chart. We are up here in the rafters. So we are at all-time highs, right? We got plenty of space under here. Would not surprise me if this bounces around and does this do a little bit of something for a while. Um, because we have buyers sitting right in there. But let's mark this first 15-minute candle that it is going to probably try to break out of. And there we got that. Okay. All right. So that's what we're working with for right now. For SPX. Let's take a look at our Forex Factory Information. We got unemployment claims, red folder. That was earlier. Preliminary non-farm productivity quarter over quarter. Preliminary labor unit costs quarter over quarter. Both of those are yellow folders. The other yellow folder is the final wholesale inventories month over month. The natural gas storage is the yellow folder. That's 1030. 2 o'clock, red folder, federal funds rate, as well as the FOMC statement and the FOMC press conference, which is at 2:30, that press conference. Then at 3 o'clock, it's the consumer credit month over month, which is a yellow folder. All right. So right when you think you out the woods, you not out the woods. So we still got to keep an eye on 2 o'clock today. All right. That is for Forex Factory calendar. We got for the investing.com. What is
As
this?
if there wasn't enough stuff already. Now we get to add FOMC to it.
Yep. So we'll pick up from the stuff that is going to be coming up from here. So natural gas storage over here is 1 star. 4 week bill auction, the 8 week bill auction at 11:30 is 1 star. The Atlanta Fed GDP now quarter 4, 2 stars. That's at 1 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, that's the FOMC statement we were just talking about. 3 stars over here. Am I saying that 2 o'clock? Let me see. Yeah, 2 o'clock for that. 2 o'clock for the Fed interest rate decision. 3 stars. The FOMC press conference is 3 stars over here. So at least those two agree. At 3 o'clock, you have 2 stars. The consumer credit for September. Then the Fed's balance sheet at 4:30. That's 2 stars. Reserve balances with Federal Reserve banks is 1 star at 4:30. All right. So it look a little bit different when you're over here on investing.com. They gonna let you know the little details you might be missing. All right. So we got SPX. Looks like it's trying to break out of its Mancini number, if you want to say it that way. Let's take a look at SPY. And see how SPY yesterday came down, and we talked about that. I forgot at what point, but we were talking about this being because this is a buyer's gap. When price comes back down, we don't expect that it's going to just blow right through there. I think we talked about that yesterday, especially on something like a SPY type of
Mhm.
product.
Takes a little more time to get through those. It will come. It's just when and they may hit a spot and hit some buyers and go back up, but it will feel. It's just how long will it take?
Essentially playing volleyball with it, basically. All right, so here's the gap that formed for today for SPY. Again, SPY and XPX are based on the same information. The S&P 500. So I'm gonna say the same thing for SPY. And this is a perfect example of how when it gapped up, it gapped up past a previous resistance right here. That makes this price right here would definitely be a parity line, meaning it has been support and resistance. So this is one of those that I'll be turning into this. So I know in the future I'll be able to watch that line. When this comes back down, I would be expecting a reaction because there's already been one. And we're very close, we're so close to all-time highs that this could very well end up. I'm not predicting anything, but I'm saying this is so close to all-time highs that this could very well end up eventually being one of those that forms a reverse head and shoulders. Since this is so high up above this side, this could be the left shoulder, this could be the head. Might bounce up some more and then eventually comes down, but no guarantees, just looking. All right. Take that one off of there. And this is the one for Russell 2000. 2000 is good, man. Yesterday, woo! I was like, bro, calm down. You way too excited about the selection. Here we go, right here. I don't want to do nothing. Straight want to pitter patter. This is the first 15 minutes I'm marking right here. There was no gap up, by the way, in this situation. It closed up here. It opened very close to where it closed. So all of this was yesterday's run up. All of that. Man, craziness. So we'll be sitting here waiting to see what happens right here. Many times Russell 2000 will will break out of its areas before SPX. Not always, but sometimes. So that'll be something worth watching. I'm gonna create an alert and just say bullish. At or above, create. And create alert, bearish. And move on with my life. All right. I do not see any tickers in the other check. Oh, check Snow. Snow. The rapper? All right. Ain't that dude that sung the Informer song? Snow, was that his name? It might not be him.
Really? I don't think there was a rapper. There was a rapper named Snow?
I thought it was Snow. I
I
thought
don't know.
I thought somebody named Snow sung a song called Informer
Oh,
back in the day.
back in the day.
Yeah, like in the 90s, like I think he was like even Canadian,
Really?
like a Canadian rap artist. Informer. There's
And
something.
his name was Snow?
Is he the boom boom now? Yeah, man. I'll never forget that song because I was like, what is
I
happening?
remember that song, but I didn't know that was by somebody named Snow.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Which makes sense for a Canadian because all they do up there is snow. So that makes look, I'm in Wisconsin. We get all of their snow.
You get all of their snow. You don't get your own snow.
So it makes sense that
You don't think you get your own snow?
no, no, not according to Doppler. They tell us where it's coming from. They
Oh,
tell us
goodness.
where it's coming from. If you live in
Y'all can
Wisconsin,
have all of the snow. I'm out.
Minnesota, Iowa, both the Dakotas, they show you on the map. Your snow is coming from right here. Snow. This is not your snow. Canada is flushing it to you, basically, is what they say.
Okay.
All right. So the I would probably go like this. Just to show that it is in the sell zone. I guess you could do this right here and give it a cheer. Automation, like leg in, base, leg out. It has already broken through that right here. Or the real accurate way to say it, it is retested or retreated from this line. But you can also come up here And all you would be doing is just giving it more space up in here to do its thing. But at the end of the day, it is in the seller zone. Judging it by this, I guess we'll have to consider this area in here a buyer zone, right? It's not as clean as I would prefer. There's a lot going on up in here, but this would be the parity line that I see for this. This line has been touched a couple times before, and there is another gap down here. Right? So technically, according to this, if you're trying to do a buyer zone, it looks like you would be putting a line right here. I mean, that seems to be where the lines are. Unless you're doing it, oops. Unless you like if you're trying to get a stronger leg out. I mean, this one would be the other one that I see. So this would be the leg out right here. That leg in is ugly. So I guess it depends on how ugly you want to get with this. So it's up to you. I personally prefer a stronger leg out. So I'll be okay with this because I know that I have a gap up right here. So without having to dig through the weeds and try to find some, trying to force something, I'll be looking at this personally. But our current price is up here. We way up here in the 120 trees. So I will be we're trying to do snow for what expiration? 11/8. Tomato. Okay. So we're at 23. We will be 23 at the top. So I'll be looking at 21. I'll be down here. You got 76% off the money, 82% off the money. I can tell you where I would be, then I can tell you where our list would be. Womp, womp, womp. Jamie is okay with 14% off the money. Right? That's 120, 119. Collect 15 cents. That's $15 on $100 collateral. Okay, somebody else will be up here collecting in a few more coins. Amen. At 121, 120. It's your prerogative. All right. Now, because this is snow, I don't know anything about snow. This is pushing up. Or it looks like they're still fighting. So I would not be I'll be focusing just on the put credit spread for right now, because with all that's happening right now, I can't trust that it won't just jump up and blow through my strike. And I'm going by just my personal experience with me doing call credit spreads. I ain't got no business being above, or not sure if I should be above something. So obviously we got daredevils, so I don't want to disappoint you. Here's 77% out the money, which is 21 cents. So on $100 collateral, that's over 20% return on collateral. Right? Those two combined, that's well over 20% combined return on collateral. That's not saying what you're going to get when you actually close it, but in terms of return on collateral, that's what you got. Right? Alyssa, you want to talk about the chart your way to 100K?
Well, all right. Yes, I do want to talk about it because we're getting ready to start up in a few days. I was told that Monday is a holiday for many. Veterans Day is a day off for many people. Um, I get a day off from school, so I'm definitely okay with that. But Chart and Trade is the name of the program, and it starts on Monday. We're going to have a session Monday night where we'll have a good kickoff, and we will meet for 6 weeks of training and learning. Chart and Trade. You can go to the Chart Your Way to 100K as a website, chartyourway to 100k.com. Our 6 weeks, the first week, we're going to spend time doing options and some charting foundations because I believe charting is the foundation of all trading. Many people don't believe that. They just jump out there all willy-nilly, and when it don't go right, they ready now to circle back. So if you already trading, let's circle back and grab the charting piece. Week two, we're going to go a little deeper into charting, looking at key patterns, indicators, analysis, that kind of things. How do we use our charting? Week three, we're going to start talking strategies that we can use, strategies that won't be ones that are going to be very that are not going to be like time intensive strategies. We've got weeks 3 and 4, we're going to do that. And then week 5, we're going to combine and put the pieces together, the charting and the strategies, right? And they'll kind of be kind of over mingling even during the weeks. And then week 6, we're going to talk about how do we scale it up and get into real world trading. So if you haven't signed up yet, you want to go ahead and do that. Remember, the price goes up by $1 for every person who signs up. So at this point, I believe we're at $75. Why this program is easy to follow. We ain't got no fluff, real world applications. We got proven strategies and we got options for all levels, all levels. Okay. And we're currently at $75. Every time somebody registers, it goes up by $1. Okay. Go ahead, chart your way to 100K. The link is running across the bottom as well as it's in the comments. And you can go ahead and join us over there. Of course, if you're already in my membership, there's nothing else for you to do. But if you're not in my membership, then you'll need to go ahead and sign up and get registered. I was looking at the trend spread bot, which I'm going to have to jump off here. Alerts.usepeakbot.com is where you can look to see opportunities for some trades for next week. We're looking at 11:15, but it's Thursday. You may be able to get into some of these trades for tomorrow and for next Friday. Of course, you go out to next Friday, you're going to pull in more premiums, which we want to use our collateral to bring in as much premium as possible. Ward says, do we need any notebooks to write stuff down? Yeah, you're going to probably need some notebooks to get yourself trained and ready. This is the kind of information that doesn't stick immediately. You're going to have to write some, probably will have to write some notes. All right.
or whatever you
Okay.
choose to take notes with.
Whatever you choose to take notes with, you're
Yeah,
probably going to have to take some notes,
I use
whatever
my
you
iPhone,
want to use.
so I might not have a notebook, but my notes are in my
I
iPhone.
agree. Yep, yep. Wherever books are sold, wherever you take notes, then you're probably going to want to take some notes. Okay. I'm going to need to jump off because I'm teaching in 3 minutes. I want y'all to do what we do every week, and that is to stay green and to get this money. But Jamie is gonna take it in. He's gonna take it home for us. All right. Goodbye, you all.
All righty, people. All right, let's have a good one. Um, we'll just swing back around and take a look at. We want to make sure that we look at our indexes before we close out. See what they're doing. So the Dow Jones is up 0.06%. S&P 500 up 0.53%. NASDAQ is up 1.12%. The Russell 2K is still down 0.10%. The VIX is down 4.36% to 1556. All right. That is I see Jeff's question. If I enroll in the monthly SPX group for the nuns, and then I get into the chart and trade training also. That's my understanding. You want to inbox our lister to make sure, Jeff, but I believe that's the way that works. Just to be on the safe side, you want to inbox her or email her. But I believe you're correct on that. Okay. Let's take a look at also SPX before we get out of here to see if it has broken out of its 15-minute range yet. Mm-mm. And it has. And it has. And don't forget, we're at all-time highs here. So whatever's going down, we don't have a reference point for whether or not there's a high point or a swing point or any type of resistance on the other side. These lines are Mancini's lines, or should I say Mancini numbers that we put in for this morning. But this white line is the top of the 15-minute, the first candle. So this kind of came back, got close to retesting. Looks like it's trying to take off. So for those of you who are, and that candle just closed as well. So for those of you who are doing that particular strategy, the 15-minute breakout, it has broken out for SPX. RUT is still doing its thing in here. So it looks like it's actually might be about to drop. All right. Let's get on up out of here. Our E2T declaration by faith. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. Money likes me. Because money is comfortable around me, it is drawn to me. E2T daily prayer. Lord, give us wisdom and knowledge for our trades today. Help us to make smart and lucrative decisions for our portfolios. All right, everybody. I want you to stay green, get this money, have a great trading day. And don't forget, we still have things happening throughout the day today that can cause some problems. These red folders at 2 o'clock. So make sure you keep an eye out for those, all right? If nothing else, hasta luego, and we will see you all in the market. Have a good one.